Yo, 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 what's going on, man? It's your boy Onte, and welcome back to the greatest podcast you have ever heard in the greatest city ever. But it's your boy Onte, and welcome to the Alpha Talk Podcast, episode 27. Before we get into the topics today, I would like to say one sponsor for this podcast, and for today's sponsor, it'll be Alpha Gaming Team. Alpha Gaming Team is my very own personalized gaming team that I have. I have about 10 players so far on the team. And we're doing pretty good. And just so you guys can be on a quick notice, we actually have a tournament coming up on the 12th, next Saturday at 8 o'clock p.m. It's a duos tournament with a grand prize of like $25,000. So if you want to check out more information about the tournament that we're about to be into, or any more information about my team, or anything that has to do anything with my team, you can reach us on Instagram at Alpha Gaming Team _ and get all the news that you need for the gaming team. So for today, I have a two-topic episode today. Pretty quick, also pretty informational for you guys. So, basically, the two topics is, I'm just going to give you the whole rundown. The first topic is going to be the most recent news about China. The China government saying that their residents can have 3 kids now instead of 2 kids. The second topic that I'll be going into as well on this episode will be my most recent post on Twitter that I made. And if you don't follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter at YFOnte _. And I made a post on Twitter that said that basically there's a lot of people who pay attention to other people's actions but don't pay attention to their own life, and they get distracted and stuff like that. So I'll hop into the second topic towards the end of the episode. So thank you for everybody that's tuning in. Let's get into it. So basically, the first topic that I have is what I said. China, basically, most recently, China had news about them having 3 kids able to have in the whole family. So it's pretty crazy that we get to experience this and see China go through this over so many decades now. And I think it's absolutely crazy, and there's a lot of things that I want to put my own input to, and a lot of things that I want to give you guys information that I'm pretty sure you guys don't even know about. So like 5 days ago, China's government announced that they're allowing their residents to have 3 kids now instead of 2 kids. And for back information for nobody that doesn't know, back in 2016, they had a government mandate saying that you can only have 2 kids and you can't have nothing else beyond that point. And I'm going to get more into detail about what happened to the women who end up having kids and stuff like that. But basically, over the years, a lot of people know China is a communist country. They're very strict on certain things. Just all the little certain cities and stuff over there, they're very strict on certain things, and they don't like the way that they do everything. Everything over there is being controlled. They're being watched. You don't have the freedom to do everything. If your kid's born, they're more than likely just going to be automatically put into the military and trained to be in the military. So that country is a lot different than how America operates. And so a lot of people just don't pay attention to a lot of people just don't pay attention to how other countries move and how it could affect us. And I think this is a very, very important news that has happened that us Americans should kind of take into consideration. And yeah, I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, fuck China and fuck this. But like, at the end of the day, these are kind of like our allies, and we kind of need to be paying attention to what they're doing, because China and Russia are the 2 most known countries that would love to take over America. So basically, what happened was China announced that they're allowing married couples to have 3 kids now, because China has finally seen that they're having a decrease in people having babies. So basically, from the time that they made this announcement in 2016, they said that they were going to guarantee that there is 2.5% of life per birth, basically saying that there's 2.5% of people that should be having kids after they made the announcement saying that you can have 2 kids. But now, ever since they made the announcement about having 2 kids, now they're saying that it went all the way down to 1.5% of women not having kids in China. So that is completely insane. And a lot of people, if you don't know, if you look at a lot of the Chinese culture and the Chinese people, a lot of them are aging pretty well. Like in China, the reason why they're having this issue is because a lot of older people, they don't have people to replace their older people. All their older people are aging and dying off. There's no other people to, replace them. Over the years they were only able to have one kid. Then in 2016, we talking about from way in the 80s or something like that. They can only have one kid. And if you don't know, there is more men than there is women over there because they will rather produce more men than they would women. That's just how it is because they want them to be in the military and basically get themselves prepared for war. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. But yeah, so basically, it's just completely insane. I didn't even like to think. I knew there was certain stuff going on with China and how they operate certain things and what they do, but the more and more you like look into it and pay attention to, especially this most recent news that just happened, it kind of just like puts you in this crazy ass like loop that you don't even know what's going on. So basically, about 5 years ago, they decided that they wanted to go with the two kids stuff. But for the people who don't know, China is already overpopulated now, and a lot of people from China that are married couples, they're saying that they don't know if they have enough money and enough resources to fund a third child because I'm pretty sure majority of these people are a lot older now. They don't want to have kids. They just can't physically, mentally. They can't. Like they're just too old. And a lot of people are saying that they don't have enough funds or money to even take care of a third child. And a lot of them are saying if we have as many children as you want us to have, after decades after decades saying that we can only have one or two children, now you're saying we can have as many kids as we want. We're basically saying that a lot of these older folks are going to have to take care of babies, and then eventually they're going to die and pass away because they just can't handle all that work. How do you expect these families, they're so used to having one kid or two kids, how do you expect them to try to take care of three or four? They're already too old. So it just kind of makes me think more outside the box as into what is going on in China. China, I don't know why they made the announcement on saying that they can have 3 kids now. I mean, what's the point? You already have 1.5 billion people in China. There is I'm going to say it again, 1.5 billion people that live in China. China has more people than the whole entire Western countries combined. More than the whole entire Western countries. That is completely insanely crazy. Like, how do you have that many people, even though you have made it over the decades 1 to 2 kids, but you have more people on your country than you do anybody in the whole Western hemisphere. And it's a pretty sad situation, man. As you may know, I live in the state of Texas, and Texas just did the abortion law. But in China, the way that they do things and how it operates, now a lot of people are probably going to ask themselves, well, what will happen if a woman gets pregnant and she's only supposed to have 2 kids or 1 kid? Well, this is what happens. What happens is they force their women in China, if they end up having more than 2 kids and they get pregnant again and they find out, they force them to get abortions, and they force them to get basically cutting their tubes, and they can't have kids anymore. They force them to have abortion, or they force them to get their tubes tied or cut to where they can't have kids at all. And the most even more fucked up part is that I just found out is now I don't know. It's just like how it is in Iraq and stuff like that. Like they have little villages and stuff. So I guess you have people like how you do out here in your neighborhood. You got like neighborhood watch. Well, other people have that too. They have certain people who live in certain cities that have their own little groups and do certain things. So most of these town groups, what else do they do? If they can't get the woman to be forced to do abortion, or if they can't get her to cut her tubes or tie her tubes, what else do they do? They kidnap these women and they beg them and I don't know about torturing, but they kidnap women and beg them to not have that kid anymore. They force them to have abortions. They make them get their tubes tied, and they make them cut their tubes. Or if they can't get them to do it that way, they kidnap them and make them not have no children at all. And this is what you call the most controlled communist country in the whole entire world. It's completely insane, and I don't understand how you're able to get your residents to agree with this. And a lot of people out there are brainwashed. They're brainwashed to have your kid, and as soon as you have your kid, he's going to go to school, graduate, and join the military and prepare himself for World War III or what's going on. But I have my theories on this whole entire situation, right? It's like, how could you do this? What's truly going on behind the picture? Are you doing this because you're getting yourself ready for war and World War III, and you need more bodies because you need more people to overrun everybody? Like I said, China has 1.5 billion people in their country. 1.5 billion people. If they keep up the rate of adding more people to the list, within the next 20 years, you're going to see more Chinese people than you do your own race, because they outnumber us by so much. Their military outnumbers us by so much. So I don't know. I have my little crazy theories and whatnot, but I personally feel like that either there's something amazingly crazy that's going to happen and they need more people to withstand the force of what's going to happen, or maybe they really are decreasing in their birth rate and they need to bump it on up, because the only people that they have out there is old people. But I mean, there could be another theory as into a lot of people have died from COVID. In the early stages of COVID back in 2020, when COVID started back in March, a lot of people have died from COVID. And so they realized, like, oh my God, we lost so many people. Now it's time for us to regenerate the new generation, to replace the people that they lost, or replace the older people that they got, or get themselves together and ready, prepared to take over who knows what country. And it's completely sad on how certain countries such as China, Dubai, maybe a little bit of Russia, on how they treat their women, and it's absolutely wrong, and that's not how you treat other humans, especially when it comes to women who have birth to another human being, which is you talking or viewing me right now. So I truly feel like that's wrong, and you shouldn't be able to. I mean, obviously I can't do anything. That's the whole another entire country that isn't going to do anything about what I'm saying. But still, I don't understand why China does certain things and why it's so depressing out there. There's actually a video on YouTube of a guy who's a filmmaker, and he was making a video basically explaining how to get in China and certain things you have to do to get in China. As soon as you cross the border to get in China, they check your phones, they check your photos in your phone, they tell you to unlock your phone and check your photos. You can't have nude pictures, you can't have no nude picture magazines, you can't have certain cameras, you can only be a film crew or something like that to be in China. Like, it's completely and crazy to me how locked down the country is, and how the citizens of the own country can't move around. Certain religions are banned. But it's okay for men to have sex with each other. It's okay for men to do all these certain things, but they won't have women because they'd rather have men. I don't know. It's a little bit all twisted up and all messed up, but this is some crazy news, man, and I don't know what it could possibly be. It could be a lot of things. It could be for the good. It could be for the bad. But all I know is that China is multiplying on their people and the military, and they're actually training younger generations now to prepare themselves for a World War III if it was to happen. I don't know. I don't think America can do that, because it's already people dropping loads of babies all over the place. So, I mean, maybe if we learned how to regulate it the right way, I'm not saying that women can't have more than 2 kids or something like that. I mean, congratulations to them on getting themselves able to have 3 kids now, but that's wrong, man. And I don't, but what tricks me out is how they have so many people, but over the years, they wasn't producing that many people. I mean, the only thing I can think of is because their ancestors provided all these people for them. And I don't know. We shall see what's going to happen with the situation and what's going to happen with the residents that can't afford to have a third member of their family. We shall see how it goes. I mean, it's all completely messed up to me, and I have no idea where that is going to lead to. So I'm actually gonna keep my eye on it and pay attention to certain things. And it's been 3 decades that they've been dealing with this whole having kids a certain way and stuff. Like, it's crazy to me that a government can do that to its residents. You're able to kidnap them and not get in trouble about it. You're able to hold a woman down to its will so that she will not have a baby anymore, and you won't get in trouble for it. You're able to force a woman to get abortion and to basically get sterilization. That's the word I've been looking for. Sterilization, so she won't have kids anymore. So I wish that's something that America can jump on, but that would turn into a whole entire war for us. So that's something we should definitely be out of. But I think everybody should look into certain things that's happening even outside of your country. Even if you don't give a damn about America or any other country, you should just take a chance to learn what's going on outside of your country besides what's going inside of your country, because a lot of things outside the country affect us, what's happening in and out. You see things coming in, you see things coming out. All it is a cycle at the end of the day. I mean, it's kind of cool to learn certain stuff like this and figure out what's going on and what's going on behind the scenes that nobody pays attention to, because everybody's living a fast-paced life and nobody has time to watch the news or read a little book or read an article about something happening in China and something like that. So I mean, maybe a lot of people need to take the chance to pay attention to their own country and stop paying attention to other countries and worry about what's going on in-house first. Take care of your in-house first, then worry about the outskirts. But as you're worrying about the outskirts, pay attention to them. But at the same time, protect your home first. We got to take care of the home before we can take care of other people, which we know how that goes when it comes to our military and our government. So if you would like to look up this article, like I said, I really wish DuckDuckGo will sponsor me. So I look all my stuff up on DuckDuckGo. So go on DuckDuckGo, type in China will be allowing their residents to have 3 children now instead of 2 children. So look that up on Google. It's a very cool topic to learn about, and you should all check it out. So as you may know, in the beginning of it, I said I had 2 topics, and this second topic, man, I'm gonna put it like this: whoever's listening, if you're on Facebook or YouTube or anywhere on Spotify, Anchor, whoever's listening, this second topic, if the shoe fits you, wear that motherfucker until the shoe breaks off your feet. I don't know how to tell it to you, because a lot of people are gonna get sensitive about me talking about this situation. I mean, talking about this topic. And honestly, your boy Onte is gonna do what he gotta do. I'm just providing the positive messages so you guys can stop doing what you're doing and better yourself as a regular person. So I'm gonna actually look up the tweet that I made on. I can't remember the actual date that I made it on, but the tweet that I said was, if you don't know out there, go follow me on Twitter at your boy at YFOnte_. But what I said was, there's so many people who cry and complain about other people's actions. And then I said, worry about yourself, keep your mouth shut, and go get a bag. And so the reason why I said that is because I most recently seen somebody's Snapchat. And if you don't have Snapchat, or if you do have Snapchat, everybody knows that everybody posts their whole entire day-to-day life on Snapchat. So it's pretty easy for you to understand what people are doing in their life and what's going on in their life. So I seen somebody post and said that there's people out here showing fake love for people. When people pass away, right? Your friends or close friends like that. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people that be like, oh, rest in peace, or he was a good guy, rest in peace to him, and stuff like that. Obviously, that's just the nature of people feeling kind of upset at the fact that someone passed away. So I said that tweet because he was complaining and he was crying about a certain situation that somebody else was going through. And I personally feel like why are you spending so much time worrying about other people's feelings and their situations? If a person feels sorry for someone, or if a person's trying to give somebody sympathy, let that person be. That person showing love and consideration. Doesn't matter if he doesn't like the person or not. He's still taking his time out the day to say hello or to greet that person or give that person love and dignity or happy or a hug or saying hello. Leave people alone and let people fucking live their day-to-day life. It's not that hard. As long as you pay attention to yourself, keep your mouth shut, walk better than how you talk, or talk better than how you walk, either or vice versa, and go get a bag, man. I promise you things will go the same way you do. A lot of people pay attention to the negativity in other people instead of pay attention to the positivity in their own life. And then, like, you have these crazy roller coasters going on, but at the end of the day, you worried about the dude who's sitting right next door to you, who's doing the same thing that you doing, but he don't care about you. But you sitting over here fronting in front of him, or you over here talking about him on social media, or you over here talking about her on social media, being all messy and stuff like that, and you want to be an influencer, or you want to be an entrepreneur, or you want to be a YouTuber, or you want to be somebody that has a good job, something like that, but you over here talking about people behind your back, but that person don't give a damn about you, but you care about him and put so much energy into that person, you lose all the energy and the creativeness of your own stuff, that you don't even do it no more because you're worried about the next person's move, and you're worried about how they're going to do it, and you're worried about stealing their ideas, and you're worried about doing all this stuff. You should definitely worry about yourself. Worry about yourself and get yourself together. Once you get yourself together, then maybe, yes, you can go around and start taking tips from here and there from people. Stop taking people's ideas. Stop worrying about other people that don't give a damn about you. No one cares about you. The stuff that you post on social media, no one cares. Now, unless you got 50,000 followers and all that stuff, then maybe, yeah, people are going to start replying to you. But no one cares about what you post on the day-to-day basis. If you get on Instagram, you're seeing more than 100 pictures. Do you think I really care about what Britney Spears or fucking Patrick Star is posting? No, I'm only on here to see what I want to see. That's why it gives you the pictures that it wants you to see, because that's the only thing that you care about. Worry about yourself in your bag. Stop getting in other people's cookie jars. People find themselves so lost and confused because they want to be the next inspirational person, but they don't know how to take the little steps to get there. They're so worried about, oh, this is what this person did. Maybe if I go do that, then maybe I will get there. I learned that the hard way. You got to be yourself in this game. You got to be yourself and move your own way and create your own moves. You got to understand that it's okay for you to take bits and pieces from people or celebrities and implement it into your own style. Don't steal their style. Don't steal the next person's energy because you want to ride their dick all damn day and not ride your own dick. Ride your own dick. Get yourself on hard. Worry about your family. Worry about your girl. Worry about making yourself a better human being for yourself. No one else can do that but yourself. And it gets super annoying when you hear people all day complaining about other people. Why are you not complaining about yourself? Why are you not getting on social media talking about, dang, why didn't I do this or why didn't I do that? But instead, you take that time out your day to complain about someone who probably don't even know who your last name is or even know that you live in the state of Texas. I don't pay attention to stuff like that, and you shouldn't either. And I mean, it's the same way for talking about people who are clout chasers, right? You want all this stuff to be given to you. You want everybody to give you the piece of cake. You want everybody to give you some money and all this stuff. And like, yes, there's going to be certain people in life that will most likely help you with anything that you need. But it's up to you on how you repay that person. It could be in money. It could be in respect. It can be in pretty much anything. Whatever works for you, I mean, do it. You got to basically get respect from others. You got to earn respect to get it. You can't just sit there and complain to someone because they're not doing something that you don't like. What can I do if a person doesn't like the way I dress? Or what can I do for a person who doesn't like the way I move? So I don't care. No one cares, and you shouldn't care either. That's just the way of life, and that's the way that you should move. It's as simple as that. Like, as simple as 1, 2, 3. Worry about yourself and do what you gotta do and get your own bag and keep your mouth shut. And the reason why I said keep your mouth shut is because, like I said, you get on social media and every single body on social media is sitting there talking about their goals. They're posting their goals, or they're posting pictures about their goals. keep your mouth shut. You don't want people to sit there and steal your goals or steal your ideas. So keep your mouth shut and worry about yourself. The thing is that I'm starting to learn, growing myself in businesses, growing myself in my own businesses, is that only one person should know about your stuff. It could be your coworker, your wife, or your spouse, or anything like that. But it's hard to trust people. It's hard to trust your wife and your spouse, or people that you even work with. It takes time for you to build a bond with certain people, or build a bond with yourself. So I just feel like, man, if you were hearing this message, that's not the way to go. It's not the way to sit there and prey on people's downfall, or prey on people's certain lifestyle that they have that you don't have, or you don't like the way that they do certain things because it doesn't benefit you. So just stop. It's getting out of control. It's getting a lot of people out of control. So many people want to cry and complain about how other people do certain things, but it's like, are you doing that? Are you getting there? Are you taking the steps to prove yourself wrong? Are you taking the steps to upgrade yourself? And if you're not, leave it alone. Learn how to build yourself, and build and build and build until you can't build any more. Like, man, I'm going to be making a lot of clips on this one because a lot of people need to hear this message, and a lot of people need to stop the foolishness. And honestly, I feel like the people who are out here posting complaining, I'm going to start calling them complaining videos. If you're out here posting complaining videos and stuff like that, keep it to yourself, dog. Don't post it. Like, it's okay for you to keep it to yourself. You don't got to tell people out there. And I'm not saying no names or nothing like that because that's not who I am. I'm trying to get people to understand that's not okay to talk about people because you don't like the way that. It's not okay for you to cry and be upset about certain people's actions because you don't like it. Change yourself for the better, and maybe you could change the other people's reaction to certain things, on how they think and how they outlook things. Or if that's not the way that they should move, help them and give them the advice to move on and better themselves. Because that's the only way that we're going to be able to survive on this earth in order for us to make it even more decades and decades and decades. Because there's too much hate on certain people's lifestyles. Worry about your own lifestyle and worry about your own hate towards yourself. Don't hate other people. We all share this land literally together all day, every day. So shout out to the people that's keeping it real. Shout out to the people that isn't keeping it real. And it isn't gonna get you nowhere without you keeping yourself real, man. So this is your boy Onte, and those are the two topics that are going over in episode 27. The first topic, if you're joining in late, or if you're watching on YouTube and you somehow watching late, the first topic what I talked about was China allowing their residents to have a third child to the family, and my thoughts about it, and how I feel like it's going to affect us, and my crazy thoughts, and how other certain residents are feeling towards this new government issue thing that they have in China going on. And the second topic that I talked about was people crying and complaining about other people's actions instead of worrying about their own actions and improving themselves as a man or woman, teenager or not. So that's all I have for you guys. Make sure you guys tune in next Saturday at 7 o'clock, right after I get done doing the podcast. My gaming team has a tournament. Like I said, if you want to know more information about them, you can go on Instagram and follow us on Alpha Gaming Team _. If you're watching on Facebook, thank you for everybody that's tuning in. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Tristan. Thank you, everybody that tuned in and watched all and liked and shared. If you're watching on YouTube, man, make sure you like and subscribe and share. Share it to anybody anywhere out there in the world that wants to improve themselves and listen to your boy Onte. I'm just an average Joe, man, doing this thing for the love because I love what I do. And I thank everybody that's been tuning in. I'm gonna call this one the golden one because I feel like this one is the golden one for you to better yourself. But yeah, it's your boy Onte, man, and I'm out. And I catch y'all boys and girls in the next one. Peace.